Welcome into today's video. In honor of the NFL season starting, we're going to be ranking quarterbacks today. Instead of going as far as, oh, this player is better than this player, we're going to put them in a specific situation to make it a little more easier to understand. I'm not pulling up a stat sheet, doing any of that stuff. I'm just going off of what I know, what I think, what I feel. Um, and it's going to be if the playoffs are on the line to make the playoffs, you're down 6 or 7, whatever it is, you need a touchdown, not a field goal, all right? Game's on the line, you have one drive left, and this is your quarterback. How confident are you that they go down and get a touchdown? So we have S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, D tier, and cooked. And there's certainly going to be a few in that. So I'm recording this still during the beginning of the preseason. And like I said, not pulling up any stats or anything like that. We're just going to get into it and hopefully have some good conversations in the comments section. Let me know what you guys think. So first off, let's go with Caleb Williams. So he's flashed from what I've seen so far, like I said, middle of the preseason. Not too much action going on yet. But he is a rookie, so he doesn't have experience to definitely go in the A or S tier. I wouldn't put him in the C. I think if playoffs are on the line, we need a touchdown. I think right now we're gonna put him in the B tier, and we're gonna go through them all at the end again, and maybe move a few guys around. We'll see. DeVito, Tommy DeVito. Okay. He's probably not going to play much this season unless Drew Lock's out for a little bit with that injury. I do think Daniel Jones does have a chance at getting benched at some point or hurt like he has before, like most players have, and will sadly suffer from injuries with the longer seasons. I don't think he's cooked, but he's going in the D tier, D for DeVito. Drake May. I like him a lot too as far as rookies go, but he doesn't have the experience. Um, I can't put him in Caleb's tier, so right now we're just going to go C for May. Joe Flacco, another quarterback who people think may have a chance to start. We saw last season he got the Browns to the playoffs, but ultimately in the playoffs he fell short, is a nice way of saying it. But Joe Flacco, you're going in the B tier. I would feel mm, I'd feel pretty confident with him. Justin Fields, listen, I don't dislike Fields, especially from a fantasy standpoint. I really wanted him a few years ago when he was first coming out and lighting fantasy on fire. But as far as an NFL quarterback to go win the game, I'm putting him in the D tier with DeVito. Bryce Young. All right, Bryce Young, I like him a lot as a short king myself, much shorter than Bryce Young, of course. Um, and I like Alabama quarterbacks, but he hasn't shown enough. But then we got Caleb as a B who hasn't shown anything in a real game as far as at the NFL level. I'm not too confident with Bryce right now. We got to go C tier. We got to go C. Sam Howell. Uh, I wasn't the biggest fan when he was in Washington, but he definitely did have some juice. Made some plays time to time. I'm going to put him in the D tier, but above Justin Fields. Mahomes, come on, we don't have to have a conversation here. Mahomes is going to start us off in the S tier. Aaron Rodgers off injury. Again, haven't seen what he's looked like off of this injury. Hopefully he can make it play more games this season than last for all the Jets fans. I'm gonna say hmm, he's had these chances a couple years ago with Green Bay, I remember though, and he wasn't able to finish the job. So right now we're gonna put him in the B tier. And if I'm wrong about that, I apologize. But I'm pretty sure he did. I'm pretty sure. You can fact check me. All right, Bailey Zappi. Listen, he was a great story too, but you're going below DeVito, bud. I'm sorry. Tua. All right, listen, I'm a Dolphins fan, as you can see. Listen, fins up. I got the Tyreek bobblehead right here. You can see, big Dolphins fan here, and I love Tua. I have a Tua jersey. Happy with the extension. He's great. All right, but the fact of the matter is, he hasn't shown what it takes to win in the playoffs yet. That's just facts. He hasn't won in the playoffs. I firmly believe he will, and he can, and will prove that sooner than later. But so far from what he's shown, and with the That's So Dolphins, all our collapses and all that, I'm gonna be like probably a little biased actually going in the B tier, but I'm gonna put him in the B tier right now. All right, Will Levis. I think Will Levis is gonna have a really nice year. I like him. He's a nice gunslinger, kind of similar to the way Joe Flacco likes to launch it. But right now, we're gonna put him at the top of the C tier. All right, Russell Wilson. Um, we're gonna put you next to your teammate Justin Fields. I think at this point in Russ's career, the fall off is real. I didn't want to believe it. I really liked Russell Wilson a lot, but right now I would not be confident at all. I'm not putting him as cooked, but I'm not confident. Kyler Murray. I'm a huge Kyler Murray fan. I wanted the Dolphins to move up and find a way to draft him when he was coming out. Obviously, that wasn't possible. It didn't happen. Kyler. Am I more confident with Kyler or Rodgers to go win the game at that point in that situation? I think Kyler right now, we'll put him in the B tier. We'll reevaluate this at the end of the video, but I'm going B tier for no other reason than that's what I'm doing. Jared Goff, listen, he's proven a lot, got a big contract extension this offseason. I actually, this is going to be crazy because I wasn't thinking of doing this. I think he's going to be the first in our A tier. I'm confident in him. I think he has his confidence in himself back after how good a season he had with the Lions, and I think that's very important. Now we got Daniel Jones. We talked about him a little earlier. Um, Now from an NFL future standpoint, I think he's cooked. But in this situation to win the game, his dual threat ability, yeah, he'll probably turn the ball over, sure. But we gotta go above Zappy, DeVito. Do I want Daniel Jones or Justin Fields? If I had a chance to win the game and I'm putting someone out there, I think I'm putting Justin Fields out there actually. So yeah, playoffs on the line. Do I want Justin Fields or Daniel Jones? I'm taking my chance with Justin Fields. All right, Trevor Lawrence. I think I think he's right there with Tua. I think they're right there, same tier, right next to each other, give or take. Now we got Derek Carr. Again, he's probably in a few years gonna be you know, in that Russell Wilson falling off. He is getting older. Right now, I think he'd be fine in the C tier. We're gonna put him above everyone else based on his experience. And yeah, I think C's good. C's good for Carr. Tyrod Taylor. Man, what tier do I want to put him in? Aaron Rodgers backup right now. We've seen him have success throughout his career. He's been through a lot. I don't have the confidence in one drive, Tyrod Taylor get a touchdown, we're gonna make the playoffs. I don't think he has that right now in his career, so I'm gonna put him behind Justin Fields in the D tier. Now we got Kirk Cousins. We don't know how he is coming off his Achilles injury, but he was having a hell of a year before he got hurt. Kirk, I feel like gets disrespected a lot. Um, but the question for me is B or A tier with him, and putting him above Aaron Rodgers feels very wrong to put him in the A tier. And I do remember, was that a playoff game? I think it was the playoffs where they lost, and it was like fourth and something, and he dumped it off to TJ Hawkinson behind the first down line, and it was just very ugly. There was a lot of pressure on him, so it was kind of what he had to do, but it was a very bad look. And for that, we're going to put you in the B tier. We're going to put you in the B tier. And for behind Rodgers feels good. In front of Kyler, I think end of the season Kyler will move up to A tier, but right now I think this is fine. Lamar, love Lamar. He's going to join Mahomes in the S tier. Now we got Jordan Love. Listen, Jordan Love had a great second half of the season, started off a little slow, but it's his first year starting, so can't expect him to light the world on fire right away. I'd be pretty confident in him actually, so because he showed it last year going into the playoffs and playing great in the playoffs, so I think he's earned the A tier for the situation. Brock Purdy, another quarterback who I feel like you either love him or hate him. Not too many people in the middle with Purdy. But I think for now, I'd be more confident having Purdy at the end of a game. We need six to get make the playoffs over Aaron Rodgers. So let's put Purdy in the A tier right now. We'll see if that changes. Matthew Stafford, that's a good one too. Let's just keep filling up the A tier. We're gonna put Stafford ahead of Purdy, ahead of Love. Oh, Stafford and Goff next to each other. Do you want Stafford or Goff to get you the six to make the playoffs? We'll take Stafford actually. All right, Justin Herbert. I mean, they've lost a lot of games, a lot of close games his last couple of years with the Chargers. A lot of that has been blamed on coaching, which I don't disagree with. But right now, we're gonna put Herbert in the B tier, right behind Rodgers. People might say I'm hating because I'm a Dolphins fan, but listen, I love Justin Herbert. Got him on one of my dynasty teams, just traded for him, so I like him a lot. Now we got Zach Wilson cooked. Okay. Aiden O'Connell, I wouldn't feel confident. So he's definitely in the D tier for me. And I think just on aura alone, he's behind Bailey Zappi and Tommy DeVito. So sorry, Aiden. You'll maybe prove me wrong this season. You and Gardner battling for that quarterback spot in um, Vegas. And I don't see Gardner here, but that's okay. Geno Smith. I think Geno Smith is easily a C or B tier. Um, I would feel more confident with Geno than Derek Carr. So that's just me. We're gonna put him at the top of the C tier. Jaden Daniels, just saw him flash in the preseason, but again, he's a rookie. I think he'll go good with Caleb Williams in the B tier, but let's see. That's where it gets tough. I think that's fine right now. We'll see at the end of the video. Jalen Hurts, I like Jalen a lot. Definitely A or S tier for me. I'd feel confident with him. I'd feel extremely confident. So let's go S tier with Jalen Hurts for the situation. Joe Burrow, again, A or S tier for sure. We're just gonna put him in the S tier and reevaluate at the end of the video. Deshaun cooked. Anthony Richardson has a lot to prove this season. He looked great last year when healthy. Um, so I'd be confident having him final drive. Yeah, I think he's firmly B tier. We're gonna put him right behind Kyler Murray. I think that's a good spot for him. Sam Darnold, not confident. Definitely not confident. He's looked good in training camp apparently, and he could be great with Justin Jefferson. But Sam Darnold, I'm I'm putting you behind Aiden O'Connell because I've seen so much of Sam Darnold where those ghosts are just gonna come back. So all right, now we got C.J. Stroud. I love C.J. Stroud. Okay, I don't know why I said that. I like him. I think he's a great player, but I'm gonna put C.J. Stroud right there with Jordan Love and Brock Purdy for now. Josh Allen, S tier easily. Listen, as a Dolphins fan, it hurts, but it's true. Now we got five left. All right. Dak Prescott. I like Dak a lot. I think he's a really good quarterback, but he has him and the Cowboys. You know, they make the playoffs. They have these great regular seasons where they look good, and playoffs come, nothing. Now we're talking about getting to the playoffs. We're not talking about winning a Super Bowl or winning a playoff game for that matter. We're talking about getting to the playoffs. One drive left. You need a touchdown, and I'm confident in Dak. So I'm gonna put him actually. Let's just put him behind Stroud. Put him above Stroud for right now. Okay. Baker Mayfield. I would be nervously confident. It's either gonna be a touchdown or interception. You know, being that gunslinger. That's how I would feel. So Baker, he had a great year last year. I'm gonna actually put him above Jaden Daniels in this spot. Michael Penix, I like Penix a lot. I think he was a great pick by the Falcons. Might be the only one in the world who says that, but I wouldn't be too confident without him having the experience. Um, these other rookies in the training camps are, working with more of the ones and probably getting more reps than he is. I could be, wrong. I'm not paying close attention to the Falcons camp or anything. So Penix, I think we'll put behind Drake May for now. JJ McCarthy, I think we're just gonna put him right there too, right in front of Penix. And lastly, Bo Nix. I think people are sleeping on him a little bit. I like Bo Nix, but he's going right there behind Drake May. Oops. So this is where we're at right now. Let's go through really quickly. So in the cooked category, we do have Deshaun Watson, Zach Wilson. No explanation needed. Then D tier, we got Sam Howell, Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, Tyrod Taylor, Daniel Jones, Tommy DeVito, Bailey Zappi, Aiden O'Connell, and Sam Darnold. I feel pretty good about this. I think, yeah, I don't think there's anything I want to change there. C tier, we got Geno Smith, Derek Carr, Will Levis, Bryce Young, Drake May, Bo Nix, Michael Penix, and JJ McCarthy. That's fine too. Now our B tier, Aaron Rodgers, Justin Herbert, Kirk Cousins, Kyler Murray, AR, Caleb, Joe Flacco, Tua, T Law, Baker, and Jaden. B tier is stacked. All right. I feel like we gotta move one or two up or down. So Jaden, Baker, they're all fine where they're at. Is having Joe Flacco ahead of Tua and Trevor Lawrence in this situation crazy? Because I really don't think it is. But having Caleb above them both, I am going to move Caleb down to the back of the B tier behind Baker, just based on experience. I feel like that's fair. Um, Kyler, Kirk, Herbert, and Rodgers. Um, yeah, I think I think that's pretty good where they're at. I'm fine with that. Um, do I really trust Jaden Daniels more than Geno Smith in this situation? That's the question. It's coming up. I trust Caleb more, sure. Sure, I'm willing to die on that hill if Caleb loses me the game there instead of Geno. I think we'll give it to Jaden. I'll buy into the hype. So then A tier, Stafford, Goff, Jordan Love, Brock Purdy, Dak Prescott, CJ Stroud. I think game on the line to make the playoffs. Let's move Stafford up to the S tier for right now. Let's see how that looks. Now we got Jared Goff, Jordan Love, Brock Purdy, Dak Prescott, and CJ Stroud. Give it to Dak over Stroud with the experience. Dak or Purdy? Let's go Dak, because this is talking about just making the playoffs, not actually performing in the playoffs. Jordan Love, Jared Goff. I feel like you could move any of these players around in the A tier, and I'd agree with you. So we're just going to keep that as is. S tier, Mahomes, Lamar, Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, and Matthew Stafford. Mahomes is definitely one. Let's move Josh Allen up. Then we got Lamar. I'm confident with that. I'll take Lamar over Hurts. Will I actually? Now that I say that, because I mean Lamar's had some bad moments in the playoffs, but he's gonna get you there. One drive. You could convince me either way, but I'm keeping Lamar there. Then you got Joe Burrow and Matthew Stafford. Yeah, Burrow has it, but I think Stafford does too. So I think that's where we're gonna stick with. I think that's what we're gonna say. So let me know if you hate it, if you love it, what you would do differently. I think this is a pretty okay list. So yeah, thanks for watching.